Hello, it's Leslie, and this week I want to talk about charity. I think charity is something really important to have in your life because not only do you help others, but it also just feels good. And it's a way to really, if you're stressed out and things aren't going good in your life, it's a way to take the focus off yourself and your problems and help others. And it will make you feel good. And also, I find it can make you appreciate things more. Like if you're trying to help someone who's sick, it'll make you appreciate your health. Or if you're helping someone who maybe doesn't have a home, it can make you appreciate the home that you do have. So, I mean, it's something that's good for just your own emotional well being, I think. Now, for me, I have a few favorite charities. The first one is cancer care. That's how I started my whole challenge that I did the challenge for life, which was raising money for cancer care as well as making positive changes in my life for my own health. And that's how I, started this whole journey towards health. And so there's that. Another one is United Way, which helps several different community organizations in cities. And that I got exposed to from my workplace and have volunteered and donated through work campaigns. And a third one is a local mission, which is for the less fortunate in the city, whether they're homeless or just in a financial bind at the moment. And not only does it provide beds to sleep in at night and meals, it also it has different programs to actually help these people get back on their feet and get jobs and get skills and stuff like that. So, and that's something I got exposed to from going to school in an area where I was seeing that, and it just became something that was important to me and something that I wanted to help. And the last one is donating blood. Now, I don't know if it's just a donation in some places. For some reason, I feel like in the States or something, you get paid for donating blood. Let me know if you know if this is true or not. But here it's a donation, straight up, that's it. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't like needles, but I remember once someone saying, she hated needles too, and someone was asking her like, "How can you do this when you look terrified and you're going? It's so painful." And she said, "You can't let fear stop you from doing what is right," and that's something I've always tried to remind myself. And even though my first two tries I had very bad experiences and was not able to donate, I was persistent. I went back and I kept reminding myself like this is going to help someone. And I mean, I still don't enjoy getting the needles. I have to look away. I have to tell them to hold onto my arm tight in case I, flinch. Um, but I do it because it's important. And and that's something too. You never see the person you're helping, but it's a good way to face your fears too. So another thing was we can't. Okay, there are different ways to donate. One is obviously money. That's what people think of most, I believe, when they think of charity. Now, this was something that I got a little overwhelmed with because, if friends or family or coworkers were doing fundraisers, I wanted to help everyone. Plus, I wanted to give to my main charities, and I ended up giving more and more every time. And I was at the point where I would donate $50 anytime anyone asks me. And then I would donate a lot larger sum for my own, charities of choice. And in my mind, I had this mentality of like, it's charity. If I give, I'll never, okay. I think because lots of times I thought of it as an excuse, like, I can't afford to give. So I told myself, no, that's not true. You can always afford to give. Well, unfortunately, I couldn't always afford to give, and I came into a financial situation at the end of November where I kind of ran out of money, and uh, yeah, so you do need to budget and make sure that if you're doing donations, it's not going to hinder your own ability to pay your bills. I don't have any regrets because I do still believe the charities I donated to needed the money more than I did. Now, that's a dumb thing to say, sort of, but that's what I tell myself. And the thing is, and this is why I tell myself that, because the charities I donated to are helping people that might not even have a job and might not even have a home. I have a home and I have a job. So, and when I say I ran out of money, I mean I still have a job, so I'm still making money, right? But yeah, it's I need, and I was in a place where I kind of just had that mentality, and not that I'm like a crazy shopper, but I it forced me to finally start budgeting my money. So it was a good thing. Now, if you don't have money, if you actually don't have money, because I always just consider it an excuse, but now I know it's possible to actually not have the money to donate. Um, Time is another thing you can donate, your time. And this is by volunteering. Now, this is something, again, that I got exposed to from work. They would do one volunteer day a year, and they would give us the time off from work to go. And I kind of got hooked on it from that. And the thing is, we're all busy, right? You always think, like, I don't have time, I don't have time. I know myself, I feel like there's never enough time in the week, never enough time in the day. So, like, to find time to volunteer, it just seems impossible. So, my solution has been to volunteer on holidays, like stat holidays, like holidays that, the days that you would normally be at work, but they give you the day off for a holiday. Um, so that's what I do. Now, the thing is, I know a lot of times you think, but I want to get all this extra stuff done and I need that extra day. But it doesn't have to be all day. When I go, it's 2.5 hours. We go to the mission, myself and my boyfriend, and 2.5 hours. We help with meal prep and then we help with serving lunch, and that's it. And it helps their system because they're mostly run on volunteers, and it helps us to be able to give back because we have the extra time. And then if you have some extra things to do, you still have a good part of your day left. So um, yeah, that's my solution to that problem is volunteer on holidays if you can't find the time elsewhere. And it's good because it kind of reminds us, like when there's a holiday coming up, it's like, okay, we're gonna volunteer. Like it's kind of a set time. So that's good because it's easy to put things off forever. Um, and another way that you can help, another charitable thing you can do is to pray. Now, if there is a disaster, natural disaster on the other side of the world, and you're not able to donate money, you can't really volunteer time unless you can afford to fly there and take time off work. But so that's more than a couple hours. But you can pray. You can pray for the people, the victims. You can pray for their families. You can pray for the people who are like totally stressed out trying to find their loved ones. Just pray for peace for everyone and pray for health. And sometimes that's all you can do. Another thing is kindness. Now, this is like an everyday thing. Just to be kind to people you run into, to strangers, and not even strangers, coworkers. Smile. Smiling is a huge thing. What did someone say to me? This was kind of nice. This was like a compliment to me. It was my manager, actually. I'm usually, in the morning. I'm not a morning person, but when I get to work, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't like feeling like, rah. So I'm happy to see people. Oh, good morning. And one day my manager said, when I went in the I bring my lunch in, and if someone's there, I'll say good morning. And she turned around and she goes, "Oh, I should have known it was you. You're so happy." And sometimes people, if they're like grumpy in the morning, they're like, "You're so happy," and it actually like pisses them off when I'm sad, when I'm like in a good mood. But whatever. But I thought that was nice that like she, to her, I'm almost like known for being like happy. So that's a good thing. And I just wanted to share something that is about smiling. This is a daily devotional I read every morning. And it talks about smiling. Please bear with me while I look down while I read this. And I'm going to try to smile while I read this. Did you know that a smile is a wonderful weapon? It's so powerful that you can break ice with it. If a person is cold toward you, You just start smiling and watch them warm up. If you wear a smile, you will have friends. If you wear a frown, all you will have is wrinkles. Smile, smiles are a language that even babies understand. Smiles are understood in every language. I heard someone once say, "You are not fully dressed until you put on your smile." Smiling actually makes you feel better. Studies show that when you smile, your heart rate can actually lower and your breathing slows down, particularly if you're feeling stressed. When you get out of bed, even if you don't like smiling, even if you don't feel like smiling, force yourself to smile anyway, and you will have a happier day. A smile of encouragement at the right moment may be the turning point for a troubled life. A smile costs nothing but gives much. If you are not smiling, you are like a millionaire who has money in the bank but no checks. Start smiling today and don't ever stop. And there's a prayer at the end. Lord, I believe that you mean for me to refresh and encourage others today. Help me to bring a smile and an uplifted spirit. Amen. So that's just something I wanted to share because that was one of them this week, so I thought it was perfect. And yeah, so oh man. Okay, this is the third time I've recorded this, and now I don't remember if I said this. So I'm going to say it again. I'm sorry if I already said this. But when there was the earthquake in, like there was the one in Japan, the earthquake and tsunami this week, and there was also an earthquake in New Zealand. I don't know if I said this already. Okay. Anyway, Dan, in his I'm gonna put his YouTube channel below, and he is from New Zealand, and I follow him on Twitter, and that's where I got all my updates, because I have some family in Church Christ. Oh shoot, is it Church Christ or Christ Church? That's bad. I totally just got that mixed up. It's like 1 a.m. So anyway, I was following him and all his tweets, and one thing he tweeted, because he was gonna go donate blood, was he said, "I'm not made of money, but I am made of blood and heart." And I thought that was really good because I'm sorry, I'm laughing because I'm like, this is gonna sound so stupid if I'm saying this twice. But I thought that was really good because, like I'm saying, we don't always have money to donate, but we do have blood. And another campaign they had here was "Blood, it's in you to give." And I'm starting to feel like I've said this already, but if I did, this means this is the fourth time I said it because this is the third video. So I just don't know. So there it is. That's another reason to give blood, and this is totally like backtrailing. But that's what I do. So yeah. In concluding, these are my charities of choice, and these are the ways you can be charitable. And that's why I think it's important. It helps others and it makes you feel good. And it just makes you feel like a valuable member of society, a contributing member to your society and to your community. And it's a good thing for everyone. So that's it. Be charitable, whether it's time, money, prayer, or kindness. And that's all. Okay. Thank you and good night.